Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
More hot ones, I'm afraid.
Yes.
I should sit up.
You should.
I look all small.
You do.
There we go. Right, better.
Come on.
Now then,
Excuse me a minute. Rose, come here.
more McCoy.
Yes.
What are you being distracted by?
Rosie's deciding if she's going out the door or not, so she's going to sit down now.
Sit down on the wire. She's chasing flies. Right, more McCoy with the greatest show in the galaxy.
Yeah,
In the galaxy.
That didn't work, did it?
In the galaxy.
Yeah.
That's me rapping.
Okay. Don't rap.
I like this story.
I do. I like this story too, yes. Yes, I do. It's got so much in it that's great. I mean, it's got T.P. McKenna, for one thing. It's got the lovely Jessica Martin.
Yes.
Ian Reddington is very scary as the chief clown.
Yes. You're not keen on clowns
I'm
generally,
not
are
keen
you?
on clowns generally, no.
You're not
no.
clean on
Clean
clowns.
on clowns, no. I never quite saw the point of clowns.
No.
No.
Okay.
So,
Did you ever get them coming to your events?
probably.
Have you ever encountered a clown up close?
No. But we did see that car, didn't we? I think it was a Wimbledon Giles Fate once, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Ivo the clown.
Yeah, with
We-
his
we didn't-
multicoloured like taxi.
We
wasn't
didn't
it,
look
or
for
something?
Ivo, did we?
No.
No.
But yeah. Okay. But anyway, OB work. Not too far away from us again.
No.
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 So very familiar.
And maybe work when they got to back to London.
Well, yes, that's the thing. I
Yes.
mean, planned as a story with some OB and then studio session.
Yes.
That ain't the way things
No.
worked.
No.
And to me,
It's in its benefits.
it is actually
Yes.
makes this story
Yeah.
better. 'Cause I remember years and years ago, I think there was a review for this story in sort of CT or something like that, and I remember writing down something like, it's well known that this story was made under difficult circumstances, considering the result, maybe that should happen more often.
Yes.
Because, yeah, it does gain an immediacy, I think, because you know, okay, so the tent they end up in, maybe the ring isn't the biggest one in the world.
No. But I don't think that matters.
No, not really.
No.
But yeah, the structure of it's interesting because episode 1, part 1, is mostly them just getting there. But I think it was originally storylined as a 3-parter.
All right.
And then and part 1 gets bolted on at the because this is a story that goes through all sorts of weird drafts and characters sort of come and go and all sorts of things. But yeah, that sort of first episode of travelling there is quite fun because you've got Peggy Mount.
Yes.
Yeah, weirdos. You can tell them at a glance.
Playing Peggy Mount.
Peggy Mount. And not forgetting Whiz Kid as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, this.
Subtle.
Well, in some ways, you know, it could be argued that there's a lot of stuff in this story which is commenting on the situation of the show. Because, I mean, people said that Colin Baker's coat was a bit like a ringmaster or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's this whole thing about you've got to entertain the audience to survive. And, of course, that's the sort of thing that's been going through people's minds, you know, working on the show not long ago. Because, again, I think the starting point of this was something like, wasn't it, J&T suggested filming around the Doctor Who exhibition at Longleat or something like that.
Okay.
And they couldn't quite see how it worked.
That's a bit meta, isn't it?
Yeah, or maybe sort of things came out at night or something like that. But it wasn't where they were going with it. But I think it gave them the starting point of like sort of entertainment and sort of showmanship and stuff like that. So yeah, Sylvester of course gets to do some of his tricks.
Yes.
So he gets to do. What was it? I love the fact he's got the sort of juggling for idiots book or whatever it is. Because I think, what was it, everybody assumed that Sylvester could juggle or something, and he said, "No, I don't think I can. I can throw sausages about, and I can, you know, have elastic in my mouth that
I
gets
can put
stretched
ferrets down my trousers.
to 40 foot, and I can hammer a nail up my nose." But have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, it's on the Secret Policeman's
Looks
Ball.
really painful.
Or I could take a small, what was it? What's the other one he does? He's strapped to a chair, and he's got to escape from the chair. And there's a model railway where the little train goes around. It's got a fork stuck on
right,
the front, and he gets the fork ends up in his little Sylvester, and yes, once you've seen that, you don't forget that.
No, I'm sure you don't.
But yeah, maybe they couldn't have got away with doing that on
No.
Doctor Who, but you've still got the thing about, he's multi-talented, so there's enough. Because wasn't he coached by the great Soprendo?
Yes, Geoffrey Durham, Magic, yes, he gets a credit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Piff Paff Poof.
Yes.
Yeah. Married to
Victoria Wood.
Yes. The Great Soprendo, not Sylvester. Because the Great Soprendo pops up on 321.
He does, and Jack and all sorts of things at that time.
If you watch his career, it seems to change what country he comes from, doesn't it? Because his accent seems to change.
Yes.
I never quite understood that.
Yeah.
But I do like the atmosphere. The bit was it where Ace is sort of locked in the room with the clown robots, sort of coming alive. That's really well done, and the lighting's really good as well. Yeah. And I love all the billowy sort of tent walls. The sort of fabric of it, which would have been hard to achieve. And let's talk about the explosion then.
Yes. When you watch it, it makes me wince because they said to Sylvester, right, walk out of the tent and there'll be a bit of a bang. But
was it a wind? They said.
Yeah. There'll be nothing to worry about. And he walks out the tent and he literally doesn't get very far. It's about not even 20 paces, I would have said. And this huge explosion goes off.
The whole lot goes up.
And Sylvester says he carries on walking thinking, have I got any clothes on at the back? Am I on fire?
Because isn't it, he sort of he clears the shot and only then does he start to swear, I think. So I'd love to hear what,
what he said.
And that's not the only sort of accident on this, is it? Let's talk about Ian Reddington's teeth. That's really painful to watch, isn't it? Because isn't he like the bars, the metal bar?
Yeah,
comes
when
down.
they're in the cage, because they put them in the cage before they go in the ring, and it's the Doctor and Mags and the Captain.
Yeah,
the Captain might be out of it by that point. And the door slides down, and I don't know if they did it prematurely or if it just slipped.
I think somebody just pressed the button too soon or something.
And it hits him on. Fortunately, it hits the hat and not his head. Yeah. Because I think it might have really severely injured him.
He loses some teeth, doesn't he, or something?
I think so, that's good. Yeah.
It's certainly nasty.
But it hits him, and God, it looks really hard.
Yeah, nasty.
Really hard.
But, well, talk about suffering for your art, but... very fond of Greatest Show, and I think it ended the season... Well, it ended the season... Part 4 gets the highest ratings for McCoy. It's something like 6.6 million. That's nearly 7 million, which is what, season 22 was achieving. So it's the feeling that Doctor Who's climbed back up the hill again at this point. Yes. And what you needed, actually, was a few more stories to really cement it. Yeah. If there'd been like 2 more stories in that season, it would have been fascinating to see what the figures would have done. Because, we've had the publicity for 25 years. And as I've said, Sylvester starts to pop up on a few other things at this point. And, there is a feeling that it's starting to get a bit popular again. Not massive heights, but I think
but it's going up.
There's a feeling that it's happening the right way. So there we go. Okay.
Yeah. And I always, before we move on, I always remember when Mags turns into the werewolf, being quite unnerved by that and thinking this is done really well. This is proper.
Scare the kids.
State of the art special effects, which it was at the time. Yeah. So, and she does it very well.
Of course, yes, indeed. Okay, right. Finally for today, because we're only going to do two today. Welcome to the battlefield. Who said that? Welcome to the battlefield. That was Anthony Ainley at the Battlefield Convention.
A few years ago, yes.
But Battlefield, very ambitious story. I do like the DVD presentation of it, because what was it? Andrew Cartmel and Ben Aranovich are sort of wincing at various things, and what was it? Angela Bruce said, "Don't be so hard on it. I had a great time and I got to eat lots of sweets or something like that.
Yeah, that's her best memory.
Yeah, I know sort of Ben and Andrew sort of were a bit down on it, didn't quite achieve the ambition that they wanted. But I've noticed, certainly when it comes to people coming to it fresh, who don't have those preconceptions, I think it works really well for the majority of people.
I have always really liked Battlefield.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, again, I could say I'd rather the Brigadier got involved with the action, earlier on, because he spends most of seems to be the first half of the story just flying around in his helicopter, doesn't it?
Yes.
And he doesn't get to meet the Doctor till the start of part 3.
Yeah.
And again, that should have really been
A little bit
at
earlier.
the start of part 2, really. But again, fascinating idea to have the Doctor as Merlin. But in some ways, I did want to see some of this actually happening.
Yes, you wanted to see Merlin.
I wanted to see the other story that we never got to see as well. You not replace it, but some flashbacks or something like that. But with the budget they're working with,
it's not going
I think it was never gonna happen.
And also, if you do that, do you actually have Sylvester as Merlin, or do you cast another actor as a possible future incarnation?
Isn't there some line about sort of?
Because in the book he's ginger.
Yeah, ginger with an Afghan coat or something, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. So if you'd had somebody who was just the Doctor for that story, that would have been interesting. So yeah, lots of imagination sort of going on in almost in the background in some places.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got the brig back, and never a bad thing.
No.
I remember Nick Courtney was going around sort of hinting that they'd filmed 2 endings and this, that, and the other, which wasn't really true.
No.
But Jean Marsh, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Giving a performance I think she's quite sort of at home with, because she's sort of played witchy things in other places,
and will
hasn't
go
she?
on to play more witchy things.
Yeah.
At this stage in her career, she's playing a lot of villains.
Yeah.
Or villainesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sort of get into
You get sort of...
I wouldn't say typecast, but you get
into
into a type of
play.
roles.
Yeah.
But again, let's just think for a minute. Nick and Jean go back to 1965.
They do.
Dalek Master Plan, for
20 odd
sake.
years before.
Yeah. I like the idea it's a slight future setting.
Yeah.
Because you've got the the thing about the price of the round of drinks or something. How much? But these days it costs more than that anyway.
Yes.
So that's quite fun. But, is that a bee? We've got a bee come in now. There's Insect City in here.
Yes.
No, don't chase bees, Rose. We'll try and get him out in a minute. But the Destroyer is a great bit of design work.
Yeah.
And again, I could have seen more of the Destroyer, because he is so well done.
Yes.
You do. It's that thing about it's a very powerful image, but perhaps more could have been done with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, maybe pull it forward a bit in the story or something.
Yes.
Because he does sort of seem to stand around a lot, saying I'm going to destroy the world, and never quite gets round to it.
Yeah. Well, it's always the Wodots who monsters, so it's the
But-
James Bond effect.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it
it does give Nick his wonderful face-off with the monster, doesn't it? That get off my world. But let's talk about some of the other cast as well, because you were saying about who else is in this.
Yeah. Well, of course you have the wonderful Jimmy Ellis, just being wonderful.
He's taking it very seriously, though, isn't he? Yeah,
he really is.
Yeah. Because there's stories about Jimmy Ellis being a bit of a joker on the set of Z-Cars, isn't it?
And turning up late for filming and having the most extraordinary excuses.
Wasn't it something about he got locked on the train or something?
Yeah, he actually roped somebody in from London Underground who paid them like a £5 or something to come along and say,
were they even? I'm not even sure they were from London
I don't know.
Underground anyway.
But he got somebody to come in and say anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we said about Anthony Stephen and the exploding typewriter, or Jimmy Ellis and being locked on a train.
Yes.
Excuse me. But who else have you got?
You've got Noel Collins,
Yeah.
who plays the pub landlord, who is in Juliet Bravo,
All right.
which we're talking about on this month's podcast.
Oh, we are,
which will
yes.
be released in the next day or two.
Very soon.
hopefully.
That's coming soon. Episode
Yes.
24 of Around the Archives.
Yes.
Indeed.
You got
That bee's gone over there
Yeah.
now.
you got June Bland, who's in a shock.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Christopher Bowen
Yeah.
and his teeth.
Yeah. Wasn't he up for the Doctor?
Christopher Bowen.
Or am I thinking of somebody
I
else?
think of somebody else.
All right.
I think he's a bit too young to be the Doctor.
No, for the TV
For a
movie.
TV movie,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah. I go and look through my list.
And Marcus Gilbert, of course.
All right. Yes.
As Anthony.
Oh yes.
If you believe the subtitles.
There's the subtitles for the unit training
Yeah.
film
Mm.
on the DVD,
Mhm.
and what was it? The Brigadette says, "Shut up and run, Anthony."
Yes.
Yeah. And you think,
The
who's Anthony?
Brigadette.
The Brigadette. That's what Nick Courtney used to call
Yeah.
Angela Bruce.
I'm really not sure you should call it the Brigadette.
I'm the Brigadier, you're the Brigadette. And she
Right.
probably rolled her eyes at that.
She probably did, yeah.
But yeah, it was always stuck in my mind. But
Yeah. But yeah, so, and Angela Bruce.
yeah, of course, yes.
Who's absolutely superb in Angels.
Oh yes.
And, I know Ben Aronovich said that had he realised that they were going to cast her, he would have rewritten some of the lines to fit the way she speaks.
I think she's, I think she...
It's the
she
shame
handles
thing.
it well.
She does
Yeah.
handle it well, but I think he just thinks, it's the shame bit. I want to
Alright,
put that
okay.
in.
Right.
But yeah, and of course we should mention,
Mhm.
Sylvester McCoy, the hero.
Oh, with the
Yes.
cracked glass.
Because
Yeah.
is it the end of episode 2?
Yeah, Sophie's caught in the
In the
glass
tank.
tank thing.
And she's banging on it and banging on it and banging
Yeah.
on it. And you can actually sort of see it in the shot.
There, in
There's
the
a
transmitted
crack.
version, you can see some cracks, yes.
And Sylvester notices this and realises the tank's about to go.
Yeah, get her out of there.
Yeah, get her out, he shouts. And they immediately quickly clear the floor
Yeah,
and somebody switches the electrics off.
yeah. Get
Before
the pump in, get the pump
Before
in.
the
You can
tank
hear on the tape.
bursts.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's Sylvester McCoy is the Doctor.
Yeah.
He's a hero at that point.
But as he said, I suddenly found I had the authority of the Doctor
Yes,
or something.
he shouted really
and
loudly.
everybody obeyed, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So,
And they
yeah.
used that shot that in years to come in safety videos.
Oh, that's right.
This
BBC
is how
training
not
videos.
to do this.
Yes, 'cause something about the thickness of the glass was wrong.
Yes,
that was
it
the
wasn't
ultimate
thick enough.
reason.
Yeah.
And it was deemed the buck stopped with John Nathan Turner. He says apparently that's where the responsibility ultimately seemed to lie, which is perhaps a little unfair because he didn't design it, but
No,
it's the thing about if you
he's
clear something for
Yeah.
use. Your signature's on the bit of paper, isn't it?
It is.
So there we go.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, a good start to the season. Not the best story in the season by a long
No.
way, but
No.
if as I always said, opening stories can be a little tricky sometimes.
And it's fun. It starts the season off
Yeah.
well. You've got some great speeches about nuclear war.
Yeah,
And because you get that, somebody said it on Twitter the other day. You get the Doctor's speech to Morgaine about what will happen if she fires the nuclear weapon,
yeah.
and then you get her speech about Arthur and
Oh yes.
remembering what he was like and how sweet he was.
Yeah.
The air was like honey and all this. It's very poetic.
Mm. Okay.
It's
There we
a
go.
good start to the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight we have the conclusion of the Sylvester McCoy era.
And Doctor Who on Twitch.
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
See you then.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.